Welcome everyone to the third video lesson of Adventures in a Banyan Tree. In the second video, you saw the boy spending afternoons on the platform that he had built halfway up the tree. He could read the stories like Treasure Island, Huckleberry Finn, like. From there, he could also enjoy the world below. Days passed by. Then one afternoon, he happened to see a thing of great excitement. It was a fight between mongoose and a cobra. When we stopped the second video, both were standing face to face. The mongoose and cobra were there standing face to face because they were about to fight each other. So now let's move to the third video lesson. Also take your textbook if you have that. Open it in front of you. Cobra knew only too well that the grey mongoose, 3 feet long, was a superb fighter, clever and aggressive. But the cobra was skillful and experienced fighter too. He could move swiftly and strike with the speed of light, and the sacs behind his long sharp fangs were full of deadly venom. Okay, now the cobra knew only too well. Cobra, the snake, knew that, or cobra has a very well idea about the opponent, that is the grey mongoose. And the grey mongoose was an animal of 3 feet long, a very good fighter, a super fighter. Here means a very good fighter. He was clever also, at the same time an aggressive fighter. Aggressive here means very attacking, very angry. Cobra knew about this. But the cobra was skillful and experienced fighter too. We cannot belittle the position of cobra. Just like mongoose, cobra also had some positives. Cobra was skillful and very much experienced in fighting. So both are very well fighters. He could move swiftly and strike with the speed of light. Okay, this cobra could attack or strike in the speed of a lightning, or very swiftly he could act. And the sacs behind his long sharp fangs. Okay, there is a sac, or there are sacs or banks behind his long and sharp fangs. You know what is fang? Fang is a long and sharp teeth. And then such sacs, such bags include very deadly, very dangerous, or causing death. That is the meaning of deadly, very dangerous venom. Or let me say once again, the sacs or bags of cobra contained very dangerous or very much deadly venom, and its fangs were also very much dangerous, long and sharp. It had a very long and sharp teeth. So all these are the weapons of cobra against mongoose. Venom, you know what is venom? It is poison. Yes. Let's move to next paragraph. It was to be a battle of champions. Hissing defiance, his forked tongue darting in and out, the cobra raised 3 of his 6 feet off the ground and spread his broad, spectacled hood. The mongoose bushed his tail. The long hair on his spine stood up. In the past, the very thickness of his hair had saved him from bites that would have been fatal to others. Okay, it was to be a battle of champions. Okay, now both are there getting ready to fight. Both are stalwarts. They are very powerful. They are very skillful. And now it is going to be a battle of champions, a battle of winners. No one is a loser, but both of them are winners. They are champions and they are going to fight. Hissing defiance, his forked tongue darting in and out, the cobra raised 3 of his feet off the ground. Now we can see the preparation from the side of the cobra. Now cobra is trying to defend through a hissing sound. You know what is that hissing? The hissing sound of a sound, that is hissing. Hissing like that, it began to defend. As part of defending, the cobra raised 3 feet of its body out of its 6 feet length. The total length of the cobra is 6 feet and it raised 3 feet out of that off the ground, and standing like that, the cobra began to defend or challenge mongoose to fight, and spreading his broad spectacled hood. Okay, you know that this cobra is a hooded snake, and its hood is very much spectacled. It is extraordinary. It is having an extraordinary hood. It has spread its extraordinary hood widely, and in that way it is getting ready to defend the attack of mongoose. The mongoose bushed his tail. Now on the other side we can see the ferocious mongoose bushing his tail. Bushing his tail here, spreading out his tail just like a bush. You might have seen when cats fight each other, its tail may be like this, similar to this. Each hair in its tail may raise and it will be just like a bush. The long hair on his spine stood up. Okay, now on the spine, on the backbone or back of the mongoose is filled with a lot of hair. You know that the entire body of the animal is filled with long hair, and now what happened? The long hair on his spine or backbone or back stood up. And what is the benefit of having such a long hair? In the past, the very thickness of his hair, since he had got such a thick hair, what happened in the past also, that had saved him from bites that would have been fatal to others. So what idea you get from here? Since the body of this mongoose is filled with very thick and long hair, no cobra or no other snakes can attack him easily or cannot strike him easily and hurt him. Why? Because the long hair on his back would act as a protection from such a danger, such a fatal attacks. Fatal here means deadly. Okay, I think you got it. Though the combatants were unaware of my presence in the banyan tree, they soon became aware of the arrival of 2 other spectators. Though the combatants here means the warriors, the fighters, you know, the mongoose and snake, cobra, were unaware of my presence in the banyan tree. Who is my here? My here is referred to the boy. The boy, where is boy now? You know that he is now sitting on the platform. Where is that platform? The platform is constructed by himself halfway up the banyan tree. He is now sitting there and looking down and seeing all these things happening below. Okay, and unaware of my presence in the banyan tree. Okay, they were not aware of the presence of boy in the banyan tree. They soon became aware of the arrival of two other spectators, but they could see, they became really aware about the presence or the arrival of two other spectators. So there are totally three spectators. One is the boy who is looking down from the platform halfway up the tree, and the other two spectators here means viewers. Let us see who are the other two viewers. One was a myna and the other a jungle crow, not the wily urban crow. They had seen these preparations for battle and had settled on the cactus to watch the outcome. Had they been content only to watch, all would have been well with both of them. Okay, now we got who are the two spectators. One was a myna and the other a crow, a jungle crow. A jungle crow here refers to a common type of crow, does not having any kind of cunningness or cleverness, just like an urban crow. Wily here means very clever. An urban crow is considered as a clever type of bird, but this jungle crow is not just like that. Okay. They had seen these preparations for battle. Okay, this jungle crow and myna had already seen the two warriors preparing for battle and had settled on the cactus to watch the outcome, and they really wanted to see what is going to happen, what will be the result of the fight. And by settling down on the cactus, there was a cactus, there was a thorny plant, and both of them settled on the cactus to watch the fight between them. Outcome here refers to result. Had they been content only to watch, all would have been well with both of them. So this sentence has a different meaning, I think. Had they been here refers to if they had been content. Content here means happy or satisfied only to watch. What idea you get? That means they were not at all content or satisfied by mere watching. All would have been well with the both of them. If they had been like that, if they have remained there on the cactus plant to watch the battle between mongoose and the snake, everything would have been well or better with both of them. But what happened? Things happened in a different way. Something happened there. Let us see what is that in the next paragraph. The cobra stood on the defensive, swaying slowly from side to side, trying to mesmerize the mongoose into marking a false move. But the mongoose knew the power of his opponent's glassy, unwinking eyes and refused to meet them. Okay, now I ask you, children, to just visualize the things that is going on. You should be able to see that in your mind's eye. Then you will understand things more and more. The cobra stood on the defensive. Okay, now the cobra is on the defensive side. Cobra want to protect it from the attack of mongoose. Why? Because mongoose also is such a very ferocious and a cruel or a skillful fighter. Swaying slowly from side to side. How does the cobra start to defend? By swaying slowly from side to side. It is swaying or moving side to side. And it is not standing steady at one side, but moving to here and there, trying to mesmerize the mongoose into marking a false move. Why he does like that? Because then only he can just mesmerize. Mesmerize here means just spellbound or fascinate, just to fascinate the mongoose into marking a false move. Okay, if the cobra moves like that, mongoose cannot attack it properly. It will be distracted from its aim. That is why the cobra took such a very tricky defensive move. But the mongoose knew the power of his opponent's glassy, unwinking eyes and refused to meet them. Okay, we know that the cobra is not merely standing there to defend itself, but when a chance comes, the cobra will strike. That our mongoose know. The mongoose knew well the power of his opponents. The mongoose knew that the opponent, that cobra, is very powerful, and its glassy eyes also, unwinking eyes. That means the cobra is looking at mongoose without winking his eyes. That means it is that much concentrated and refused to meet them. Okay, but mongoose did not look at the unwinking glassy eyes of the cobra, because he knew that that will only distract him, that will only discourage him. So he managed not to look at the glassy and unwinking eyes of the cobra. Okay. Instead, he fixed his gaze at a point just below the cobra's hood and opened the attack. Instead of looking into the glassy and unwinking eyes of the cobra, here mongoose had a point that was just below the cobra's hood. He was concentrating his look just below the cobra's hood and opened the attack, and he just made the attack just below the cobra's hood. That was his point of concentration. He did not want to divert his concentration from that. That is why he evaded the look of the glassy and unwinking eyes of cobra. Moving forward quickly until he was just within the cobra's reach, he made a feint to one side. Immediately the cobra struck. His great hood came down so swiftly that I thought nothing could save the mongoose. But the little fellow jumped neatly to one side and darted in as swiftly as the cobra, biting the snake on the back and darting away again out of reach. Moving forward quickly until he was just within the cobra's reach. Okay, now the mongoose is moving forward, moving closer to the snake, moving forward quickly until he was just within the cobra's reach. His movement was very quick. His forward movement was very quick, and he reached just within the cobra's reach. He made a feint to one side. By standing very closer to the cobra, he made a feint to one side. Feint here means a pretentious move. He made a movement, but that was just to divert the attention of the cobra. So it is a pretentious move. To one side he made such a movement. Immediately the cobra struck. So the cobra thought that it was a real thing from the side of the mongoose. So cobra immediately struck. His great hood came down so swiftly. See how the cobra reacted. His great hood, a very big hood, came down so swiftly that when it happened, when he struck, while our mongoose made a feint to one side, but it became useless. That attack from the side of cobra was a waste, because it was a feint to one side from that was made by the mongoose. His great hood came down so swiftly that I thought nothing could save the mongoose. The boy who was looking down all these things from above the tree thought that that was the end of the mongoose. Nothing could save him from the strike of that cobra, but the little fellow jumped nearly to one side. But here the little fellow, our mongoose, he was a very good warrior. He was a very skillful warrior. Jumped nearly to one side. he managed to evade the attack of the swift attack of fast attack of that cobra. He moved to one side and darted in as swiftly as the cobra. At the same time, he darted in. He moved towards the cobra just like a dart or very fast movement, through a very swift movement. He went closer to the cobra, biting the snake on the back, and he bites the snake on the back and darting away again out of reach. Here means after hitting the snake or after biting the snake, he moved away again out of reach of the cobra. That means he wanted to move back safely, move away safely from the snake, because the next time the snake will attack him. So this time also he escaped after biting the snake, just like a skillful warrior. So that's it. I think let us stop this video session here. Thank you.